Sunshine through the rain, all my blues are running. Come and leave me. I don't wanna lose this feeling. Close your eyes, in your hands. Do you feel my heart beating? Do you understand? Do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming? The distance running and eternal do you feel my heart beating? Do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming?
Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone who is starting to file in. Welcome to Sunday. Hi, Melanie.
Maybe too much to pass, but I stand on my own. Yeah, there'll be love in my arms again. This time I love you much better. There'll be love in my arms again. This time I hold you forever. This time again. I see you clear. I was still need you near. I still want you so. There's something between us that won't ever leave us. There's no letting go. We had a once in a lifetime, but I just didn't know till my life fell apart. A second once in a lifetime isn't too much to ask, 'cause I swear from the heart. If ever you're in my arms again, this time I love you much better. If ever you're in my arms again, This time I'll love you forever. This time I'll never end.
Thank you, Sarah. One of my favorite parts is the lead up to the game where I get to play music. Peabo Bryson.
This time I'll hold you forever. This time we'll never go. This time I'll love you much better. Where we are in my arms again. This time I'll hold you forever. This time we'll never go. This time I'll love you much better. Where we are in my
Picture. 14 minutes till the awesome begins. And this version is live with a special guest. And Ann Wilson gets threatened by that special guest and hits notes you've never heard before. Just wait. Welcome. There's always next week. That's Carrie Underwood singing now, joining them. Hey there, Bruce. 11 minutes, 10, probably 11, until the awesome begins. Welcome, Honey Badger. And as always, if the feed ever gets taken down for any reason, like me playing copyrighted music on it, I will post another link without the music, and we will move forward with the game. If that ever happens. It hasn't yet, but we'll see.
Sometimes it gets so hard to hide.
Also, I do have a private game tonight after this game where we are going to be doing a trial run of the answer submission and answer grading thing. So by the rest of this week, it's possible you might not have to keep score for yourselves anymore. Tonight, we will be keeping score for ourselves as usual, but that might be changing. So something to get excited about, unless I screw it up. And thank you, Jeremy. Almost 4 weeks. This is all I've got of beard. And it's weird. It looks like there's more down here, but it's more of the double chin. It's like an optical illusion.
I've seen it once, I know the one. The light that you could never see. It's just inside you, can't take that.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the new teams streaming in. We appreciate you.
I learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell the secret I have learned till then. It will burn inside me. The truth is never taught me.
Kept it hidden well. If I live to tell the secret, I knew that will I ever have the chance again. Welcome, Awesome Sauce. Hello, Miss Jennifer. And John, I'm assuming. we're about 6 or 7 minutes away from starting the awesome trivia, or one more amazing song after this amazing song. And then we'll get the awesome going. Soupy, Los Pollos Hermanos, and Peas and Carrots, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One last song, and we will begin the awesome.
Tonight is very clear. We're about to lie here. There's so many.
Hello, Stevie.
I love to love you. Never leave Sometimes I just forget. Sleeping down and regret. Breaks my heart to see.
I will go ahead and put up, for the first time of only 2 times, the fundraising link, if it's something you were able to help with, or continue helping with, or spread around. I appreciate you very much. Bookmark it. Do what you can. If you can't, share it, and we'll be good to go. Thank you so much to everybody who's been helping.
Standing tall, you held me through it all. I'm always strong when you're beside me. I have always needed you. I could never make it alone.
Thank you, as always, to everybody for being a part of this group. I love having somebody to hang out with once a day. Before you know it, we'll be done with this streaming stuff and back in your local watering hole. Hi, Brown 16-0. You can tell they're here because I'm blushing. Just a minute or 2 more, and I'll start my boring introduction to the awesome trivia game. Hello, Bill. Hello, Forever Third. We'll give people just a little bit more time. I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you go to trivia locations, once people figure out exactly what time it starts and what the seating situation is, you will have most people walking in at 6:59, 7:01. I don't know if it's a trivia thing or what, but I'd like to give teams a little more time to get here. We'll go 1 minute from right now. Once again, we will be keeping score for ourselves as we have for the past few weeks. If you need that info, it is at clevelandawesometrivia.com. We have sample score sheets there. We have the rules of the game in case you're a newbie. But for tonight, we will be keeping score for ourselves again. It is possible that starting even as early as tomorrow, we may have a new system in place that is working that will allow me to keep score for you. But for tonight, still keeping score for ourselves. A lot of teams will share their team names and their scores at the appropriate times, and you'll know when that is. Right around halftime, right around the final. So you can tell how well you're doing against other teams if that is something that you care about. So it is officially time to play a little bit of awesome trivia. My name is Goman. A happy Sunday to each and every one of you. Once again, if you need sample score sheets or the rules, those are at clevelandawesometrivia.com. We are keeping score for ourselves. We are on our honor. And don't forget about the free pass. You do get one free pass that you can use on anything other than the halftime and the final. And don't forget that the answer to question 1 is always true. So make sure that you bear that in mind as well. I will ask the questions. I will give you a warning for how long until I give the answer. And it's your job, if your team needs more time, to let me know that as soon as you can after I ask the question, preferably before I give you the warning. But if you hear the warning, immediately go into the chat and ask for more time if your team needs more time. You'll see how it works. If you haven't played with us yet, as we go, it is fairly simple and very similar to what you are used to. Your categories for round number 1 shall be fun facts, cars, and TV shows. That's fun facts, cars, and TV shows. Once again, for the chat area, please, no discussion whatsoever of questions or answers. That is not what the chat is for. We are just going to keep score for ourselves for fun. And no silly answers either in the chat, please. Question 1, category fun facts. True or false, you can destroy a magnet by using very high temperatures, but very cold temperatures will leave it intact and working. True or false, you can destroy a magnet by using very high temperatures, but very cold temperatures will leave it intact and working. And we'll go 30 seconds on that first question, since I've already told you what the answer is. Question number 1, category fun facts. True or false, you can destroy a magnet by using very high temperatures, but very cold temperatures will leave it intact and working. That is totally and completely true. True. The answer there. Question 2, category cars. What is the name of the automaker that produces cars known as the Corolla, the Yaris, and the RAV4? What is the name of the automaker that produces cars known as the Corolla, the Yaris, and the RAV4? And I think we can go 30 seconds on that one. 30, please. Question number 2, category cars. What is the name of the automaker that produces cars known as the Corolla, the Yaris, and the RAV4? The answer there is Toyota. Toyota, the answer we were looking for. Question 3, category TV shows. What was Opie's last name on the TV show, The Andy Griffith Show? What was Opie's last name on the TV show, The Andy Griffith Show? And we'll go 60 seconds on that one, please. 60. Question number 3, category TV shows. What was Opie's last name on the TV show, The Andy Griffith Show? The answer is Taylor. Taylor, the answer we were looking for there. Your categories for round number 2 shall be countries, books, and animals. That's countries, books, and animals. Question number 4, category countries. This one's a tough round, I think. Within 3, either way, up or down, according to United Nations estimates, where does Cuba rank in terms of population of countries, with 1 being the most populated? Within 3, either way, according to United Nations estimates, where does Cuba rank in terms of population of countries, with 1 being the most populated? We'll go 60 seconds on that one, please. 60 seconds, please. Question number 4. Category countries. Within 3 either way, according to United Nations estimates, where does Cuba rank in terms of population of countries, with 1 being the most populated? The answer is 83rd. If you answer between 80 and 86, or if you answered free pass, you are a correct team. Question number 5, category books. Which Alice in Wonderland royal playing card character was responsible for shouting, "Off with their heads"? Which Alice in Wonderland royal playing card character was responsible for shouting, "Off with their heads"? Rock. Bradley, if you could stop answering in the chat, that would be awesome. Once again, I know some of us might be playing for the first time, but we are not using the chat for answering questions. We're just keeping score for ourselves, just for fun. "30 seconds, please, on those answers. 30. Question number 5, category books. Which Alice in Wonderland royal playing card character was responsible for shouting, "Off with their heads"? The answer is the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts, the answer we were looking for. Question number 6, category animals. What is the name of the most abundant protein found in mammals? What is the name of the most abundant protein found in mammals? We'll try to go 60 seconds on that one, please. 60. Alrighty, I think we should be good to go. Question 6, category animals. The category is also, if you know this, you're smarter than Goman, because I would never have known this. What is the name of the most abundant protein found in mammals? The answer is collagen. Collagen, the answer we were looking for. Your categories for round number 3, which is going to be a couple of 50-50 questions followed by a range question, shall be breakfast, athlete or adult film star, and pets. That's breakfast, athlete or adult film star, and pets. Question 7, category breakfast. What company is responsible for the breakfast cereal known as muesli? Is that Kellogg's or General Mills? Which company is responsible for the breakfast cereal known as muesli? Kellogg's or General Mills? Phonetically, it's Mueslix, but I'm pretty sure muesli is the correct way to pronounce that cereal that I've never had. And we'll go 30 seconds on that one, please. 30 seconds, please. Question number 7, your category breakfast. What company is responsible for the breakfast cereal known as muesli? Kellogg's or General Mills? That answer is Kellogg's. Kellogg's, the answer that we were looking for. Question number 8, category athlete or adult film star. Is the most famous person known as Flower Tucci an athlete or an adult film star? Is the most famous person known as Flower Tucci an athlete or an adult film star? We'll go 30 seconds on my favorite category. 30 seconds on my favorite category. Question number 8 category. Athlete or adult film star? Is the most famous person known as Flower Tucci an athlete or an adult film star? She is beautiful. She is voluptuous. Some would say curvy. And she's an adult film star. Allegedly. I had to do the research. I have no idea who that is. I've no clue. But evidently, according to Google, she's an adult film star. Question number 9, category pets. Within 3 pounds either way, if you get a male boxer puppy, what is the average weight you can expect it to be when fully grown? Within 3 pounds either way, up or down, if you get a male boxer puppy, what is the average weight you can expect it to be when fully grown? And Stevie, if you haven't seen her work, which by the way, obviously is art, come on, that it's good art. You should check out that art. We'll go 60 seconds on this one, unless you need more time. 60 seconds. And here we go, wrapping up what I think was probably a pretty difficult first half in comparison to other first halves. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see in a second. Within 3 pounds either way, if you get a male boxer puppy, what is the average weight you can expect it to be when fully grown? The answer is 73 pounds. You answered between 70 and 76, or if you answered free pass, you are a correct team. It is now time for the halftime question. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to ask a question that should be fairly impossible unless you just happen to know really random stuff. I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it, and then I will give you a warning that I'm going to be giving the hint out. So here's how this is going to work. If you lock in an answer before I give the hint and you're right, you get 10 points. I wouldn't suggest that, but if you want to try, that's fine. If you lock in your answer before I give the hints and it's wrong, even if once I give the hints, you're like, well, of course that was that. Doesn't matter. 0 points. So I always recommend waiting for the hint. If you take the hint, you are going to guarantee yourself 5 points. You cannot get the answer wrong if you take the hint. So you're either going to get 10, 5, or 0. And here is your halftime question. What name refers to the tectonic plate that lies between the South America and Antarctic plates? What name refers to the tectonic plate that lies between the South America and Antarctic plates? I'll give you about 60 seconds for those of us who know about tectonic plates to lock in your answers and go for 10 if you want to. Again, I wouldn't do it. And then I will give you the hints that will guarantee that you get the answer right in about 60 seconds from right now. If your team's arguing about this for some reason, tell me you need more time. $30 now until the hint is coming, unless I have a team that needs more time. And of course, after I give the hint, the answer will become obvious, and teams will start, many of them, you don't have to, will start putting their team names and their scores out there to see how things are going versus other teams. All right, last chance to lock in your halftime answer if you're going to. Again, I would not suggest it because the hints are going to be coming right now. Your hints for the halftime question. The answer is either Scotia or Goman. Scotia, as in Nova Scotia, or Goman. Which is the name for the tectonic plate between the South American and the Antarctic one? Either Scotia or Goman. Obviously, once you've taken the hint, you get 5 points. You can go ahead and total up your scores if that's your thing and share them. As we head, the answer is Scotia, not Goman. I am not a tectonic plate. We are now into our abbreviated halftime break, which is normally enough time to refill a drink, if that's your thing, or a quick trip to the restroom, if that's your thing. Not quite enough time for a cigarette break, but certainly enough time to get up, stretch your legs, and share your team names and scores if you would like in the chat. Yeah, I was concerned about this being a tough first half. Okay. See, that's one of the things I can't, since I don't get your answers, I can't massage the game to make it easier and more fun. But yeah, definitely lower scores than normal for sure. I like that. Make something up, not keeping score. That's the best kind of score to have. Getting 25 by yourself, I think, is a victory as far as I'm concerned. Let me take a look at this final, see how difficult it is. You might want to be winning heading into the final. Sometimes I'm wrong, though. Maybe it's hard. But it's definitely like a 1 in 5 chance of being right. Yes, Awesome Sauce. The real score is the community that we've created. where we can still, even though we're not allowed out of our houses, get together each evening for awesome trivia. Speaking of that, by the way, the schedule. We do general trivia every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 o'clock. General trivia, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 o'clock. On Monday nights, we do our Impossible movie and TV trivia. That one starts at 7:30. It's the only game of the week that starts at 7:30. It is impossible, and it is all about movies and television. It is tough. But general is on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'd love to have you for all of those. I am ready to move along to the awesome second half of Awesome Trivia, where your categories for round number 4 shall be Your Opinion Counts, Wars, and College Sports. That's Your Opinion Counts, Wars, and College Sports. Question 10, category is Your Opinion Counts. This is the only time where we actually actively encourage you to write your answers in the chat, because if you don't, we're not going to know which opinion is the best opinion. But don't worry about it. Everybody gets their 6 points no matter what you write down. Although technically tonight, there is a correct answer to this question. Question 10, category Your Opinion Counts. Which is the better restaurant side dish, corn or peas? Which is the better restaurant side dish, corn or peas? Got the corns coming there. Okay, now some peas are coming in. I see a lot of people are going in the correct direction. So far, we're about 11-2 corn. Couple peas, though. I like that the peas people are representing. And I do like, I like both corn and peas, but I could live my entire life just with corn. All right. Well, corn is definitely going to win, but I'm impressed by the number of peas fans out there. Everybody gets their 6 points, and we move it along to question number 11, category wars. In terms of American history, what war was the United States engaged in from 1950 to 1953? In terms of American history, what war was the United States engaged in from 1950 to 1953? We'll go 30 seconds, please. 30. Question 11, category wars. In terms of American history, what war was the United States engaged in from 1950 to 1953? The answer is the Korean War. The Korean War, the answer that we were looking for. Question number 12, category college sports. What university plays their home football games at Albertson Stadium, famous for their blue turf? What university plays their home football games at Albertson Stadium, famous for their blue turf? $30 please, on those answers. 30. All righty. Question number 12, category was college sports. What university plays their home games at Albertson Stadium, famous for their blue turf? The answer is Boise State. Boise State, home of the Smurf turf. The answer we were looking for. Your categories for round number 5 shall be professional sports, hip hop music, and TV characters. That's professional sports, hip hop music, and TV characters. Question number 13, category professional sports. Within 3,000, either way, up or down. What is the record for the most rushing yards by a player in their NFL career, set by Emmitt Smith? Within 3,000, either way, up or down. What is the record for the most rushing yards by a player in their NFL career, regular season, set by Emmitt Smith? I like hip hop too. This isn't really, I guess, hip hop. It's definitely more rap, and it's super easy. If I'm going to get hip hop into our trivia games, I need to ease it in. Just ease it in. I can't come right out with Booker T and MJG or anything like that. We'll try 30 seconds on question 13 unless there are teams who need more time. Question number 13, category was professional sports. Within 3,000 either way, what is the record for the most rushing yards by a player in their NFL career set by Emmitt Smith? The answer is 18,355. 18,355. If you answer between 15,355 and 21,355, you are a correct team. Question 14. Category hip hop music. What hip hop artist's given name at birth was Marshall Mathers? What hip hop artist's given name at birth was Marshall Mathers? And to be honest, I can go 30 seconds on that one because if you don't know it, you're never going to know it. And if you do know it, you know it already. 30 seconds. Question number 14, your category, hip hop music. What hip hop artist given name at birth was Marshall Mathers? The answer we were looking for was, in fact, Eminem or M&M's, or any way that you wrote it is perfectly fine as long as you have an M and an M. If you wrote mom, I'll even accept that. Question number 15. Category TV characters. What non-human sitcom star had the character alternate name of Gordon Shumway? What non-human sitcom star had the character alternate name of Gordon Shumway? We'll go 60 seconds, please, on those answers. 60 seconds, please. And as always, I just want to thank each and every one of you to be up again 3 straight weeks, over 60 different individual streams happening, multiple teams playing, people getting to play with their friends who they don't get to hang out with now. This is a lot of fun. So thank you for being a part of that, a part of this awesome trivia community. Question number 15, category TV characters. What non-human sitcom star had the character alternate name of Gordon Shumway? The answer was Alf. Alf, the answer we were looking for. If somebody asks you what my hat says, my hat says Cleveland Awesome Trivia, which makes sense because that's what we're doing. So it's a whole uniform. It's a hat, it's a t-shirt, it's a way of life. Your categories for round number 6 shall be movies, anatomy, and presidents. That's movies, anatomy, and presidents. Question 16, category movies. What instruments were famously dueling in the hit movie, for some reason, Deliverance? What instruments were famously dueling in the hit movie Deliverance? Jeremy, if I wore underwear, they would be Cleveland Awesome Trivia underwear. I will leave it at that. That's disgusting. I totally wear underwear. And they're not Cleveland Awesome Trivia underwear. One day, that is the goal. CAT boxers. We'll go 30 seconds, please, on question 16. 30 seconds, please. Pants. Pants. But you're right, I don't have to wear pants ever. Life has changed. We are in a pantless society now. Question number 16, category movies. What instruments were famously dueling in the hit movie Deliverance? The answer is banjos. Banjos, the answer we were looking for. Question number 17, category anatomy. What is the more common single term for the maxilla and mandible bones in the human body? What is the more common single term for the maxilla and mandible bones in the human body? We'll go 30 seconds on question 17, please. 30 seconds. Question number 17, category anatomy. What is the more common single term for the maxilla and mandible bones in the human body? The answer is the jaw. That is the upper and lower jaw. Question number 18, category presidents. Within 2 inches either way, how tall was President Franklin D. Roosevelt in feet and inches? Within 2 inches either way, how tall was President Franklin D. Roosevelt in feet and inches? And if you were a nerd on question whatever and wrote guitar and banjo, good for you. Fine. Give yourself credit. I don't care. The song is called Freaking Dueling Banjos. We should all write to RCA or Columbia or Arista or whatever record company put out that lie and tell them it's not dueling banjos, it's dueling guitar and banjo, actually. I hate liars. I don't care about any of this. And we'll go 30 seconds on question 18, please. 30 seconds. And just to put an end, put a cap, because people still seem to have an issue with the dueling banjo. The question is, what instruments were dueling? The instruments that were dueling were banjos. Regardless of what they showed being played in a movie, the song Dueling Banjos is done, as the name indicates, on freaking banjos. But again, if you wrote guitar and banjo because you're a movie nerd, I'm a movie nerd too, and I love you, you are correct. However, it's banjos. Question number 18. Your category presidents. Within 2 inches either way, how tall was President Franklin D. Roosevelt in feet and inches? The answer, he was 6 foot 2 inches. 6'2". If you answer between 6 foot and 6'4", you are a correct team. This is normally the point where a lot of teams are going to post their scores as they head to the final question. And this is where I will explain how the final question works. You can risk or wager, as we call it, anywhere from 0 to all of the points you have accrued. You can lock in your answer before the hint and risk anywhere from 0 to all of your points. Speaking of points, from this moment on, anyone who mentions the dueling banjos question goes to 0 points. For the next 2 weeks, you get 0 points. After the hint, you can only risk from 0 to half of your points. So before the hint, 0 to all of your points. After the hint, 0 to half of your points. And again, this is all on our honors. Continue to let those scores kind of scroll past to see where we are. Scores are all over the place. That probably means it's a pretty decent and fun game. We do have a team that has more scores than a higher score than is possible. But that'll happen from time to time. All right. So it is final question time. I'm also going to put up the fundraising link while you are working on the final question. If you want to bookmark it, you certainly can. If you are able to help out with the fundraising for Kiki and myself to keep Awesome Trivia alive, Cleveland Awesome Trivia alive, we would very much appreciate that. Your final question is thusly: John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, served in which branch of the military? John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, served in which branch of the military? Best of luck. I'll give you a little bit of time. I'll give you a warning when I'm going to be moving to the hints, and that's when you'll need to tell me if you need more time. All right, I'm going to call for 60 seconds until I give out your hints. You have 60 seconds, unless I hear somebody needs more time. 60 seconds to lock in your final answer, unless you are taking the hint, in which case you can obviously wait until I give the hint. But you need to lock in your decision now as to whether or not you are taking the hint or locking in your final answer before the hint. All right, it seems that we are just about ready to go for the hint. Don't forget the schedule. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, general trivia games always start at 7 o'clock. The Monday Impossible movie and TV game starts at 7:30. That's very difficult. It is fun, but it is very difficult. Your hint is coming. Lock in your answers now. Your hints: it is either the Army, the Marines, police, or firefighter. That's Army, Marines, police, firefighter. And I will give you a little less than 60 seconds for your final answers and final wagers. If you waited until you saw or heard the hint, you can only risk up to half of the points you have accrued in the game. All righty. About 20 seconds till I give the final answer. Final decisions now. And here we go. John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, served in which branch of the military? The answer was the Marines. Marines, the answer that we were looking for. Now is the time, and a lot of teams are going to put their team name and their score into the chat. You can see how you did against other teams. And now is the time where I'm going to again say thank you so much for being a part of the Cleveland Awesome Trivia family. We will be back with Impossible movie and TV trivia tomorrow at 7:30. Your general trivia week begins again on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 o'clock, with the feed normally going up a little bit before 6:45. So please do feel free to put your things into the chat. Thank you again so much for being a part of things. If you can either help out, contribute with the fundraising, or share the fundraising link around, find that reclusive billionaire who would want to help us. We would very much appreciate that as well. I am going to let the feed go on for about 60 or 90 minutes. Not 60 or 90 minutes, 60 or 90 seconds before I shut it down. But have a great night tonight and stay home safely. Thank you, everybody. And have a good night, everybody.